Hey, how you doing? It's Don Bendel with another true story. Trust me. So I was out on the edge of my property, the south side of my property, and I was near a fence line that runs between my property and the property that borders mine, and an absentee property owner who I know. And so anyhow, there was some man there hunting, and a pheasant flew up and he raised his gun. I thought I was going to get shot, and he shot the pheasant. And the pheasant kind of fluttered for a while, and it came over to my property and fell on my property. I knew this guy. I was certain he did not have permission to be hunting on this property, and I was ticked off about it. So, anyhow, the guy came and he was very enthusiastic. He jumped over the fence, which was totally insane to do with a shotgun in your hand. And he just really didn't have a clue, and that made me even angrier. So he came over and he grabbed the pheasant, and I said, "Hold on." And he said, "What do you mean, hold on?" And I said, "You're on my property." And he said, "Yeah, I know, but I just shot this pheasant over here, and before it died, it flew over to your property and landed." And I said, "So now it's my property." And he said, "No, it's not. It's mine. I shot it." And I said, "Number one, I can go call the property owner because I'm pretty sure you don't have permission to hunt there. And you can lose your hunting rights at Colorado for up to 5 years and $1,000 fine." And he said, "I don't care. I'm not from Colorado anyway." And I said, "Oh, you're not from Colorado? Where are you from?" He said, "Pennsylvania." And I said, "Well, I grew up in Ohio. I'm familiar with Pennsylvania. A lot of my family came from Pennsylvania." And I said, "It's a nice state, but you're not acting like a very nice person." And I said, "I want my pheasant." And he said, "Well, you can't have it." He said, "I'll go to court over it, and you can call the cops if you want. I'm allowed to be here, and I shot this pheasant, and it's mine." And I said, "Look," I said, "you don't really want me to call the sheriff's department because you're going to be in big trouble if I do." And I said, "Why don't we just handle this cowboy style?" He said, "What do you mean cowboy style? I thought you said you're from Ohio." I said, "I moved out here in 1982 and became a cowboy. I am a cowboy." And I said, "We handle things differently out here." And he said, "How?" I said, "Well, you have big, thick hunting boots on, and I've got cowboy boots on." And I said, "We just square off and we take turns kicking each other as hard as we can in the groin, in the other person's groin, and the person that gives in loses, and the other guy gets the pheasant." And he said, "Well, I don't know." And I knew how to get this guy. And I said, "Yeah, I grew up a Cleveland Browns fan, and I remember how we used to whip on the Pittsburgh Steelers, and those guys really didn't enjoy playing against anybody from Ohio." He said, "No, I'll do it. I'll do your cowboy thing." And I said, "Okay, I'll go first." And he said, "Okay." And he braced himself. Now, June 10th, the other day, was not only a national holiday, it was also my 54th anniversary in the martial arts. I've thrown a few kicks over the years, and if any of you know, have taken karate or kung fu or any of the striking arts, you know what a front snap kick is, or front kick. You kick with the ball of your foot, snap your foot back so the person can't grab your leg and hold on to it. But there's a more advanced kick called a front thrust kick, which has even more power. So it's like a front snap kick, but you drive the ball of your foot into the opponent and put your hips into it and kind of thrust forward like a spear. And so I kicked him with a front thrust kick with 54 years of experience behind it. And I mean, this guy's eyes looked like they were going to come out of his head. He started talking in a real high voice, soprano, and he was holding his groin and moaning and crying, tears running down his cheeks. He fell on the ground. He got sick to his stomach. He got nauseated and actually got sick. And he thrashed around on the ground, bawling and moaning for a while. And finally, he got up, and his eyes were red from anger. And he was gritting his teeth. And he said, "Okay, cowboy," he said, "now it's my turn." And I said, "No, you win. You can take the pheasant. See you later. Bye."